So recently, a video went viral about Joe Budden kind of clowning Mona for talking too much, which it is a fact, dog. Shorty do kind of get long winded. Me as like a natural quiet person, I kind of love when people get long winded though. I appreciate the passion behind it. You feel me? Like I'm one of them people that a nigga could be talking about seahorses, a nigga could be talking about cars, things that I don't even care about. If I hear enough passion in their voice and I hear enough excitement, I want to hear about that. You feel me? I'm one of them people who like to learn, who like to hear different shit. A nigga could be telling me about Peace Skills, New York or something like that, or somewhere out in the Bay, or a rare species of a bird. If a nigga long-winded enough or they excited enough, I will give them an ear. I love to hear it. Seeing Joe kind of clown Mona a little bit, it is funny because Shorty can kind of get long-winded, but that kind of came, it kind of brought an idea to my head, which I think it's one of the problems of the podcast today, and also the issues with like a lot of podcasts or whatever. These niggas might have 2 episodes a week, and then probably like 1 or 2 Patreon episodes. They talk all day long. You feel me? You could bring your best, but the reality is, when you're talking that much, it could be topics that nigga really don't care about. Topics that a nigga might feel forced to talk about, or just feel like they kind of want to button even they don't care about it. The reality is, if there's 20 topics per podcast or just per day, with Patreon included, 20-30 topics, maybe every castmate might really care about, like, might really be passionate about maybe 3 of those topics. So the reality is, they can only do their best on the other topics. You feel me? Mark does a good example. Does like a good. He's good at being well versed on every topic, but even that, to a certain extent, is kind of make believe a little bit. And the reason why I know that, because Joe kind of called him out about the Megan Thee Stallion thing. Like, he like, yo, I'm a Megan Thee Stallion fan. Joe like, nigga, name one album. Mark didn't know, feel me? But he knows enough about every topic. Not that well in depth, but he know enough. A nigga can't know everything. Feel me? I think this podcast and any podcast in general, they need to have it to where, like, every co-host bring like 3 topics or something like that they really care about, where everybody get to speak about what they actually care about. You feel me? That's why I think, to a certain extent, Mel wasn't really that much of a good person to be on a podcast. She wasn't really that much of she was a great host, but just a lot of the topics, bro, she didn't really relate to. Even when it come to Joe and Ish, like, some of the topics are just, a lot of that shit people don't really care about, bro. You can't be that passionate if you truly do not care about that shit. You feel me? So I think that'd be just a good idea, bro. And I think they really do need to have it to where it's a little bit more authentic. Like I said, they talk so much that shit can get watered down, but the reality is, it's like, come on, bro. Like, bring some shit that you really care about, something that you're really seeing, something that you learned. You feel me? That's what I had to learn about podcasting. Even doing content for myself, I can't just stay in the house and just be recording YouTube videos all day. I gotta be out. I gotta go out to concerts, meet new people, try new foods. Like, it helps with your content to go out and do things and become passionate about, like, new hobbies and stuff like that. Like, my whole life I've always been a runner, always been a jogger. 5 miles a day, 5, 3, 4, 10 miles. About a year ago, I started walking. You feel me? I might walk 10 miles a day. That's something new that I'm passionate about. You feel me? That's growth. But I think it would be a beautiful thing if every co-host could bring something that they passionate about, something that they can feel long-winded about. Like, I think that's a passion that is missing a lot on these podcasts nowadays.